Just a brief video before I go to work. So the inquest number 2 for Jay. Again, I'm afraid it is quite a hot topic. I did a poll with the along with the witnesses who were abroad. I'm not against the witnesses. Now, don't get me wrong. They call me the floater. Is that derogatory? Probably. I don't mind. I have a certain sway towards one side, but maybe I'm a floater. So the witnesses do things wrong. They're not the evil dead. I want to reiterate that I can make mistakes. I can also tell white lies, and I try not to. I can also tell lies. Look, scratching my nose. So, abroad, the witnesses. I counted 6. I'll run through that, and I'll also run through the poll that I did, because it's interesting to know what jurisdiction these summons actually have. And we do know the witnesses were now summoned in inquest number 1. Briefly, come on, grab a little drink, carry on driving, because you're probably going to work too. And welcome to Aldon's Reviews and True Crime. So we've got Ahab, you're abroad. Stephen Rockus, you're abroad. You were saying you're a businessman or something. I don't know why, or it doesn't. Well, it does matter in this case. Ordinarily, if I went abroad, it wouldn't really matter because I'm not involved in this inquest. It does matter now what you're doing or what you were doing, whether it is interlinked with Jay's timeline or now it's not, because the police do have an obligation. If any activities were going on, this is probably the Spanish. This is where I'm confused. This is probably the Guardia. Because do we have authority of anything naughty abroad? I'm sure we did. I'm sure if somebody committed a really bad act abroad, should we say, murder, the British police must have an obligation. It must cross over, or they must have to hand over to Interpol. Anyway, if something illegal is going on, unfortunately now it has to be opened up. Can I give advice? My advice would be just open up now. Let people know what you're doing. It's no secret. It's not really. I was talking about where you stand, where you stand in your morals, etc. We've all got different ones. Politicians are corrupt. Policemen are corrupt. There we go. I've laid it down again. So just come clean. Anyone else come clean if you know what was going on. Because unfortunately you were found out. You didn't mention that Bradley, that you allegedly went missing for 5 hours or whatever else. People must have panicked, as they did with Jay. Didn't mention the drugs, that all being in the car. Everything was wishy-washy. The statements abroad don't match up. The original statements that was made in the newspaper. There's certain bit about the GoFundMe, Lucy. But anyway, who was abroad? Let's count down. So Ahab, Stephen Rockus, Lucy in Tenerife, Brandon, Stephen's in Portugal. I don't know where Ahab was, to be honest. He flits around. Lucy's was in Tenerife or Ibiza. There are Brandon, who's got his relations, friends, got property in Tenerife. He was abroad. Bradley was on holiday. Don't know why I didn't receive the summons or receive a letter. If he got a letter rather than summons, I don't know why he didn't have that before he went. Or must be all short notice. How many was that? Is that 5? Who else? How was it? LK, who's now a witness. That's Lewis Kennedy, isn't it? He's in Dubai a lot. Was he in Dubai or was he in this country? I don't know. There are other witnesses as well I can name that will be called that may have been involved at the time. I've said about the phones, 30 phones, data, 30. If you're listening, courts. Apparently the courts have 2 of my videos. I don't mind. If you want something put together specifically, I can do that if you want to, rather than wishy-washy. this is all off the cuff. I'm trying to do this in one edit now because I'm in such a hurry because I do work. So 30 phones need checking, DCI, because there will be an investigation going on now. It will be going on in the background. They're not going to advertise it, but it will be because of what's happened with the lies of the witnesses not turning up when summoned. Oh, conveniently being abroad. Oh, we knew nothing about it. Blah, 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 blah. And the nature of all the suspicions. Now the DCI was questioning at the first inquest, which we haven't had any brief on. I think we can pay for getting a transcript from the first inquest and the second, apparently. So we don't really need it because we have the DCI asking, was he scared? There was no evidence of Jay being scared, but we do have evidence now because you have evidence from Josh. So Josh has made all sorts of claims. We're not sure about him as a witness, but you know that's your job. Is he lying or not? That's up to you to find out. But he said that Jay was scared with the text, with the knives, etc. It's just the evidence that we don't have. The texts are all willy-nilly. That's what we need to do within the data. You needed to do it at the time. You know you did. The Guardian know you did. You needed to force your hand when the Guardian said, no, we'll look after this, because they turned a blind eye. Mark Williams Thomas said they turned a blind eye to dealing over there. So they kind of have a different way. If it's got anything to do with the dealer or dealers, they turned a blind eye. They handle it in a different way. I'm not so sure. I suppose you should handle it in a slightly different way if it's an innocent party who has a crime possibly committed to them, if they're a missing person and it's a bit suspicious. But, however, they are not serial killers at the moment. They are not paedophiles. They deserve to have the law behind them, and this needs to be investigated, Guardia and the British police. My poll said a UK summons has no jurisdiction when the person is abroad. It's crazy really, isn't it? So they know that they've got one, but they ignore it because they're abroad, because the laws don't apply. So 40% at the moment, 40% in the poll. That's the highest percentage on my 4 questions have said that it's completely useless. So, well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do there? I gather, Ahab, you're coming back anyway, because you said you're going to come back anyway. The family, and they want answers. So we all care, but they want answers. We want answers. They want answers. They're more important, shall we say? They are more important. So they want you there face-to-face, witnesses. They want you there face-to-face. You've got enough time. You've had enough warning. We all know. You look at social media. You all know when it is. Face-to-face. They need to see you. She wants to look you in the eye. Debbie, Warren, they want to look you in the eye when you answer the questions. If there are some conflicting answers, then there are. Just come clean about it. Doesn't mean you're going to get put in prison. I'm pretty sure you won't be, because you look at the airport films, the airport documentaries where people are caught with loads of cannabis. They're not arrested. They're just fined a little bit and they're just let off. It always amazed me on that. Yeah. In possession of so much, I don't know, it's crazy, isn't it, really? But that's what happens. But there but go the grace of God, go I. I've never dealt or had taken a drug in my life, as I've said, apart from coffee, etc., and prescription drugs. I digress. So they want to see you face to face, and Spanish witnesses as well. If you pop over, you might be able to claim something back through the courts, or certainly I wouldn't have thought the family wouldn't mind delving into a bit of the GoFundMe, 72k, whatever's left from that, because the search was free by the Guardia, the Mickey Mouse search that they did. The dogs, the Dutch dogs, there were only a team of 3. There was 1 dog or 2 dogs and 2 people. Apparently they're a charity. They work for free, but they might have needed accommodation, etc. So if there's something left, then you could pay for the Spanish witnesses to come over and face you face to face. They don't want, and the mayors don't want, their area looking really bad. So if they say, oh yeah, this went on, that went on, bit of dealing went on, bit of dealing went on here and there and everywhere, it's going to make their area look bad. They're not going to be able to rent their Airbnb. Look at the Airbnb that had to change names. Come on. Anyway, I won't keep you any more. I'm busy tonight. I'm doing things tonight, activities tonight after my work. But remember, when you do go to bed, don't have any nasty dreams. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I'll keep you posted as to what's going on and communication with the courts, etc., which is quite difficult. But I gather we're going to hear a statement from them to see whether YouTubers can go. I think they're the same as the public. I class myself as a member of the public. I'm not known or anything. I'm not anything. I'm just a member of the public, same as the other creators are. So I don't know what they're doing. But if they want to do that, that's fine by me. If the family want to make a statement, if they want to talk to me, WhatsApp me or something else, and then I can pass it around, pass it on to perhaps creators that you might not, what's the word? I don't want to say like, but you might not approve of. Whereas floaters and members of the public might be okay, or just have a closed inquest. Thank you for watching.